Hey everyone, my name is Simpzy. How you all doing? Welcome back to some more Hearts of Iron 4 Millennium Dawn Modern Day Mod here today on the channel. We're back with episode 3 of our Polish series. We're back playing on version 1.9. So, if you'd like the sound of that, feel free to leave the video a like and subscribe if you're new. I'd really much appreciate it. Alrighty, so a little bit of context is needed for this campaign. Poland has capitulated, but never fear, America is here. And potentially, the United States could be saving Europe again. So, we started off playing as Poland, of course, forming the Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth. We managed to conquer Romania, Hungary, France, Ukraine, Germany, and annexing all of the Baltic states. Then we pushed against CSTO and Russia, which are now Western Outlook. We got pushed all the way to the French border. Then the Americans that were hanging over in Asia, they have conquered and puppeted China. We declared war upon the Philippines, and then we were able to form, well, they were able to come into our faction. So here we go. We've got a hot war going on. The Americans versus the Russians, and I'm curious to see if potentially the Americans can win. So they are currently trying to liberate Germany here, and they're doing quite well. Oh my god, they're doing really well actually. So they are fighting on that far eastern border, as northern China is currently a puppet of the United States, and they're pushing them back. Oh, that just shows you how strong America is. Oh my god. So basically for this series, you should watch the last episode if you want to see the Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth go against the Russians. Basically, we had naval supremacy, taking and controlling most of the European Navy. We didn't really get to use it overly that much. We weren't able to convoy raid effectively because the Russians didn't really need to rely on resources. They had most of it in-house. We've got an election here, but they've liberated Berlin, which is nice. We technically... I think we'll just keep Duda in charge. It's just a bit easier. Even though there's another Polish president. I don't know who won in real life. I can't remember who it is. It's sometimes just easier to go with the flow and not change the governments overly that much. What was I trying to say? Oh, right. I think it was Russian Air Force power, and their aviation just ultimately smashed us. We did quite well. We took St. Petersburg and a lot of core Russian territory. I think we got like 2 tiles away from Moscow, but unfortunately they pushed in the south really, really strong from the peninsula in Crimea and into southern Ukraine, and we just basically got crushed. Mongolia's in. Oh, wait, so China's made their own faction. Interesting. So they're about to liberate Warsaw from us. So at the moment, it looks like the American divisions, toe-to-toe in this hot war against the Russians, are pushing them back really well. Look at this. They also have air supremacy over the top, so that's helping them. But at the moment, this is showing off Millennium Dawn Modern Day version 1.9. Wow. The Russians, even with their rework, they've been like really, really strong. Like I've played a couple campaigns on 1.9. The Russian rework just makes everything better for them. All right, so I think, oh, okay. So it looks like the Americans have taken the mantle of faction leader in this Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth. Oh my god. Well, now that we've liberated our territory, we might be able to get units back. Our navy is currently in the south. The Americans are moving in. Nice. We can actually put our infantry back in. I'm curious to see, now that they've liberated this European territory, are they going to be able to just go and conquer the rest of them in the Far East? I don't know. Maybe. Alright, let's try and drop this. Our equipment is, well, spent. We're in a fuel crisis. Let's try and set this back at our capital. It was moved to Berlin at one point. It might take a while, but basically we are, for all intensive purposes, just spectating the Americans at the moment. But they're doing quite well. Them, Germany, and the Japanese at one point were in a... Essentially, I wouldn't say a faction, it was more of a coalition. As Taiwan declared its independence, they backed them, all three of them. They were at war and toppled the CCP. I guess we'll try and put some of that personal stuff on. Just try and do whatever. I don't know if it's really going to matter that much. Getting those small little differences is going to take so long before we get control of a proper field army again. What do we get to? 50, 60 or so in the end? So in this war, as the Americans are basically going to win it for us. We did quite well early on, but we kind of threw. We will have to give them huge chunks and swaths of Russia if they do win. Okay, so... Oh, this is really interesting. So they're doing a lot better in Europe. However, in northern China, which they full-on occupy, they are holding a tense border in the Far East on Vladivostok. We've lost 400k. They're hitting 100 now. 160. Okay, things have started to slow down slightly. We're also getting a little bit of lag for some reason. That doesn't tend to happen to me. Usually my PC is more than capable to play Hearts of Iron 4, and also Millennium Dawn is... it just takes a lot of performance compared to some of the other mods, but overall it's usually fine. I am using recording software as well, so it's usually a bit laggier. Alright, they've liberated Romania, and now they're slowly but surely pushing into what was that former Western Ukrainian territory. Alright. The Americans have liberated the Baltic states. Oh, and then they might actually be able to take St. Petersburg. Alright, we've got some units now. They are very, very raw and fresh. I don't know how effective they're going to be. We'll just try and bring them up onto the front line as we go into October 2022. Duda is back. We weren't the Polish government in exile. We were at one point. I think they like fled to mostly former Allied states in World War II, didn't they? But yikes. Major powers and factions in this mod are definitely the best. Oh my god, we're getting some weird stutter. Okay, so now that we're starting to reclaim our old Polish airfields, we can reallocate our air force. That's what it is. I wonder if they've reworked how aviation and air supremacy and close air support is calculated. Obviously, realistically, in real life, it's insane. Like, you need it. Combined arms is key, but you definitely need an air force. That's definitely up there on the priorities. Okay. They're pushing through the thick Far Eastern forests. Alright. Mongolia is capitulated? What? Oh, right. They declared war upon the Chinese. Okay. Right, we're starting to push into some of that core Russian territory, Smolensk. I'm just trying to push our divisions on a spearhead to Moscow if we could take it. That'd be big. We might be able to take it. No. Can't quite get there. No, we're so close. Oh, wow. The Americans have fully abandoned that border. What? Oh, no. Maybe not. Wait. Okay. Maybe it's deceiving. Oh, they brought in the Far Eastern Oblasts. There's a front line there. Maybe we don't have access to their satellite intelligence. And we can see here because we've got, like, literal units here. But Moscow has fallen to the Polish-Lithuanian / American Commonwealth now. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. A little bit laggy all over the place. Alright, pushing into those Far Eastern Oblasts. The peninsula is now under our control. Crimea. The capital has been pushed back to Kazan. Just need to go there and steal all the gold reserves. Were they Poles? No, they were Czechs, weren't they? In World War One, when they got the reserves. Or the Civil War, rather. The Russian one. Okay, our equipment's coming back up. Nice. We're slowly but surely dropping and bringing more equipment in. That's another thing as well. I've noticed in 1.9, I wonder if they've tweaked it. Have they changed how often nations guarantee the independence of certain nations? Alright, let's keep moving. Oh my god, we're getting surrounded here a little bit. As we move into January 2021. I wonder if having that border in the fight, like that puppet, has changed things. It's actually made the Russians focus more over there. Well, they just need to pop on over to Vladivostok and take it quite easily if they need to. It shouldn't be too much of a issue. Okay. Oh, they're really surging. Can't see them coming back from this, but man, the Russians kind of threw this one. They got so close. They only needed to take out France, and then they would have just needed to swat back American naval invasions. But maybe the Americans are even stronger because they've had that army experience in China earlier in the campaign. They declared war upon someone. Okay. I'd say about 40% towards capitulation. Also, they went Western outlook in this, the Russians, so that probably didn't help them. They had nowhere near the height of what was CSTO. Like, even Belarus abandoned them pretty early on at one point. Yeah, maybe they're just not pushing there. I'm assuming they got units there, because why aren't they just, like, flooding into northern China? Okay, we're about to surround some of them there. Looks like Georgia has, like, formed its own Northern Caucasus Alliance or something. It's done its own weird little thing there. Cool. My god. I might have to restart my game. It's not terrible, it's just like a weird little stutter that happens. Oh, okay, they've knocked out 200k of them ever so often. Yeah, what is happening? There we go. Poland's looking a bit bigger. I think it's... sure, we'll accept that. Why is there an African faction there? To be fair, the axis of resistance is growing quite well. We're about to win and conquer the majority of the Caucasus, bringing that under our control, but I can't see them coming back from this. Unless there's some exceptional hold in the Urals, where they just like somehow bunker on in. It's going to be incredibly hard for them to come back from this one. It's only going to be a matter of time before we get to partition Russia. Ah, but now the Americans are in our alliance, they are not embargoing us fuel-wise. It's a nice issue to not have. We can request more. Give them to me. But once again, America, American busted. Maybe I need to do a American 1.9 campaign. Let me know in the comments. Feedback and suggestions, of course. And other nations you would like me to let's play. Abkhazia has now capitulated. Okay. Let's try and get some more in. Berlusconi's been elected again. Ah, good. That crisis in the Suez is now being cleared. Let's try and get some more resources here. Back up to 1 million. Okay. Yeah, they ain't coming back from this one. It's only a matter of time. We might have to skip ahead in a moment because this is like really laggy. Do I have to put it down to 4? Maybe 5 is creating an issue. Maybe there's just too many units going about. Our Western support has swollen quite a bit. The non-aligned / writer powers have gained some influence in Poland, which is not good, as we do want to try and stay somewhat Western. Turkey's declared war. Great, just what we need. I don't know if that's going to complicate things. We can't invite them in, either one of them? Maybe. Oh, okay, right, yeah, so we should be... Hang on. Oh, we can't invite them in because we're not the lead? It's because we capitulated. Well, hang on. We can take over the faction if we spend 200 political power. Because I think I turned it off, didn't I? Because that was one of the game rules. We disabled NATO. We disabled the EU. But we can take control, but they can't. So, interesting. So maybe they were bugged and they couldn't really act as much. Anyway, Hillary Clinton's been elected. She is funding this war against the Russians. Bizarrely. Kazan hasn't fallen. They're still going. Okay, so there's a little bit of border conflict there now. So maybe we can see a bit better. Interesting. So now we're back in control and in the driver's seat. Nice. Yeah, I guess because we capitulated, it went to the next biggest faction, which was the States. Nice. Kazan has fallen. And it's only going to be a matter of time before the rest of the country does as well. A little bit of airfield assets at the back. Still haven't taken all of that Karelia / Murmansk region. Oh my god, these freezes are starting to get a bit on my nerve. Right. Oh, hang on. Georgia's embargoed us. Yeah, they made a faction. I knew they had like a puppet and stuff. The Mountain Alliance for Justice. Hilarious. It's because Abkhazia. So Abkhazia, South Ossetia, Georgia have made their own free and independent nation. We're getting some flickering as well. I don't know what it is. Alright, I've skipped a little bit ahead. 7 months, and they are on the brink of capitulating now. They are so close. I think this is it. But, yeah, I'm having really bad issues. I think there's just too many units going on. Hey, they finally capitulated, so we can partition them. Took us another 7 months, though, which is quite a bit. I was getting all these weird lags. It's even, like, taking a while now. I wonder if they've updated 1.9. There's more assets and stuff. Also, I feel like this is like a full-on world war. Like, for all intensive purposes, like the Chinese and all of other factions were in. Alright, where do we begin? So, I think we give a lot of this former Ukrainian territory back to them. I think we give them the steppes and the Caucasus as well under their control. We'll give those provinces that rebelled. They're still dealing with rebellion at Kharkiv for whatever reason. We need to take Kaliningrad back to us. We'll get Königsberg under our control. And I kind of want some of this territory for my own. Do we take Moscow under our direct control? Probably. And probably like that. We'll call that for... Maybe we'll call that for like Greater Poland. Nice. I will look to... actually, no, how about we puppet Karelia? I don't want to give them... I'd rather make some bigger one-off states than like heaps of smaller ones. So let's get Karelia liberated. We'll make it its own like independent peninsula kingdom, like Finland or something. Oh, we want the Black Sea port there because it's its own tile, which is really interesting. Huh. Alright, in the east, I guess we essentially give it all to the Americans. They deserve it. We want to try and give it all of Siberia, all of that territory that was in and around Alaska to be directly under their control. So all of the east. And I guess we just keep on going and try and give as much as this territory to them as we can. And then I think what we'll do is we'll puppet a Russian state somewhere near the Urals. So I want to give as much of this territory to them because they basically deserve it. Or it's directly under their administration. They can set up an own overseas territory here. There we go. So they can even have territory that borders Karelia. I think I take that in the north. We'll try and make this a little bit less border gory. And we'll give that to the Ukrainians. And then that will be a Russian puppeted state. And that can be like Novgorod, essentially. And we'll try and take their ships. Oh, the Moskva survived. Rip. We'll take that. And I guess that's the rest of the navy as well. I'm sure the Americans will probably take some of it. Nice. That's it. Oh my god. So the United States took 38 states. And there we go. Look at this. The Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth. Massive. A little bit of a change of plans in this series. A spanner was sort of thrown into the works. But interesting series playing as Poland. Alright, unfortunately on that note, it's time to end the video here. Thank you very much for watching. I don't know who that is. But once again, Big Daddy America saved the day again. Good on him. God bless America. Bless up. God bless. Anyway, like and subscribe, all that good stuff. Let me know feedback and suggestions in the comments. Other campaigns and series you would like me to do. Make sure to take care of yourselves. Have a fantastic rest of your day. My name has been Simpzy, and I will see you in the next one. Thank you so much.